Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Jules, here for WhatCulture Gaming, joined as ever by the lovable hair nest that is Josh Brown, who's wearing his absolutely mustardy mustard shirt today. But we're here to bring you some news because there's been a lot of stuff happening and we thought we'd collect all of the best headlines together into one sultry cake for the mind to digest. Now let's kick things off with your favourite game of all time, Call of Duty.
I was wondering where that was going. Wondering where that was going.
Now, last year's Black Ops 4 was really, really well received, aside from the lack of single player and the PC sort of flustering, we'll say that. But for the most part, people said it was great. They loved the Battle Royale mode. People were even saying that the Battle Royale mode was one of the best features of Black Ops 4. So therefore, the news that Modern Warfare 4 will not include one is at once a shock, but also confirms a theory that you and I posited a while back in a video. Now, this comes from Intel Inside or Intel Elements.
Gaming
Intel, that's it. This is the thing, you do the news much more than I do. I should really pay attention to who actually has the sources, but their sources at Gaming Intel have said that there will not be a blackout map, as it were. So that's going to be totally separate and possibly stay within the Black Ops sort of vein of Call of Duty, which makes sense. But it also posits a thing that a lot of people really enjoyed that map. So to take out that feature after just introducing it seems that it might cut out the legs from under it, maybe?
Well, it kind of makes sense, like you said. I mean, you would expect them, Activision in general, to capitalize on the success of that. But they sort of, it seems like they want it as a platform unto itself, not necessarily tied to a single game, something that can keep expanding and keep breathing. Because, I mean, we haven't had any other Battle Royale sequels as of yet. We haven't had like Fortnite 2 or PUBG 2. So it would make sense for them to eventually split that off from Black Ops 4.
And have it as like a standalone game. That I totally agree with you, but that's just one aspect. They say that they're going to take that time and instead focus into a single player campaign, a multiplayer campaign, and co-op. So that's good to see that the energy that would be used to make that is going somewhere more productive, because a lot of people complain that Black Ops 4 didn't have that sort of connectivity in that sense. However, people, long-running fans of the franchise, will be a bit disappointed here that apparently Modern Warfare 4 will not contain any zombies mode.
Well, this
is divisive, isn't it?
It is divisive because obviously the original Modern Warfare games didn't have zombies, but that's sort of become a cross-series thing. It doesn't really matter what sub-series you are now, you can have zombies in it. It's not just a Treyarch thing anymore. But I think it makes sense in that they're trying to go back to Modern Warfare and sort of revisit what made that so special. So that wasn't zombies, and it was a single-player mode, and it wasn't Blackout. So they're trying to grab those core pillars that people want from that series, I think.
Well, the back-to-basics mentality of this actually is playing into what this game seems to be presenting, in that a lot of people said that the bare bones playlist on Black Ops 4 was incredibly popular, so popular in fact that they demanded that it be included. Like they were saying, we don't want to play with the specialists, we don't want to do that. And this game, Modern Warfare 4, is thinking about taking away the specialists, so it will be literally back down to loadouts again, customization without any of the specialist perks and character classes that have been introduced since, was it Black Ops 3?
I think it was Black Ops 3, yeah.
So that will be kind of, for some might be seen as a step back, but for others will be a sort of refining into what made Call of Duty great in the first place. However, we do have to remember that the reason that specialists were introduced was because people were getting fatigued with the series. So it's a risk actually to take this away at this point. But I'm interested to see how it comes out.
This is something we talk about quite a lot when Call of Duty comes up, in that they have 3 developers working on this series, and you need to diversify in a way. So I think it's fine for them to have a series without specialists, and then have the Black Ops overall series be the one with the specialists and like the heroes and stuff. And then you do get different experiences every year. Whether or not, like you said, fans will come to expect certain things from just Call of Duty as a homogenous thing is entirely, I don't know, up in the air. I don't know how that'll work.
But there we go. There's the news for Call of Duty. But there's also one little addendum that actually came out this morning, which is a company called Tencent are actually going to be releasing a mobile version of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I can't say that I'm excited, but that's because I'm not a mobile gamer.
Yeah. I mean, again, that tease Blackout is sort of like its own thing. So maybe they're going down the PUBG mobile route, or like, I'm sure Fortnite's on phones now. Everything's on phones now. It's an accessible thing. People just like to enjoy Battle Royale on phones for some reason.
Very strange, that, isn't it?
Anyway, Jules, I've got another news for you, right?
Okay.
Now, that was my favourite franchise, so I'm going to your favourite franchise, which I know for a fact is Star Wars.
Chronicles.
Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, I know like you love it, but EA haven't done a very good job with it so far, have they?
How many years have they had?
They've had it since 2013, I want to say. So
2 games.
2 games.
And they haven't been very well received. I mean, Battlefield. God, is it Battlefront 2? I always get confused. Battlefront 2 has evolved into a game that is really enjoyable now, but there was a lot of controversy, obviously, when it
certainly
came
was.
out. So.
But, you know, they're trying to turn the ship around, but between those games and a lot of cancellations, it's not looking great. And the rumours are that Disney might be trying to bring the game development of the Star Wars franchise back in-house because they are advertising positions for Lucasfilm Games, which is kind of birthed out of the now defunct LucasArts, who did most of the Star Wars games before now. They are looking for roles like, I wrote this down, producers, brand art coordinators, marketing coordinators, art directors, software engineers, and gameplay engineers.
Very nice.
So I don't know whether
that sounds exactly like a gaming development team, a full brand new team. And anyone who's working at EA on that sort of franchise must be sitting there going, oh, I see then. Okay, fair enough.
Like, what are you doing? I mean, it's long been rumoured that Disney are dissatisfied with what EA have actually been doing. They apparently didn't like the controversy surrounding Battlefront 2 in particular. So this could be them gearing up to eventually bring it back in-house. I'm not sure when the license expires for EA or if they want to get rid of it early, but it seems potentially like they're laying the groundwork to eventually bring it back into the fold, which kind of raises the point that they probably shouldn't have binned off LucasArts in the first place.
No, true. And I mean, like, we have to obviously weigh this up on both sides, because I mean, developing from an EA perspective, just because we hear that, you know, they haven't been putting out the games, doesn't mean that Disney haven't been the ones that have said, we don't want that game out in that form.
Yeah.
That's just to clarify that.
Oh, of course. By the sounds of it, working on games like this, every single little design tweak needs to be approved by like a higher up. Like, apparently it's just a laborious process with a lot of middlemen trying to like tweak things, as you would expect from a huge franchise. I mean, that's on every big one. Like, I'm sure the Marvel games suffers the same problem.
Imagine that, and then having a huge company like Disney with all of their middle managers. I assume they wear the ears.
I think so.
And imagine all of that. Anyway, it's an absolute kerfuffle. But speaking of an absolute Starfield,
I don't know where you're going.
No, neither do I, because I think I butchered the name up anyway. It was, Bethesda's going to be at E3.
You did. You got it right.
Oh,
that was me. That was on me. Oh, sorry.
No, I thought I'd got it wrong because I was like, oh, right, there we go.
Where are you going with this?
Absolutely pied it. Basically, so you know that you've actually posited an idea that you thought that Bethesda weren't going to be at E3 this year.
Stupidly.
And guess what's happened?
They're at E3, Andy.
Yeah, they're at E3 this year. They announced on their blog they're going to be there, and one of their biggest showcases is going to be Doom Eternal, which is just shaping up to be great. I don't know if you guys have seen the now beautiful piece of wallpaper that's going to be on my PC, which is the glyph sword.
Oh yes, yeah. Scott actually sent me that yesterday.
So I play Warhammer a lot. You know this, and like Khorne. They are like metal as hell. So having that with the sword, I was just like, it's like Halo meets Warhammer with Doom. Get it.
What more can you want? You have a little sex read from that. Is that enough though? Can they just coast along on Doom Eternal?
Well, to be fair, it is looking like they probably could, but they probably won't. So you'll get things like Starfield probably will be announced there. I don't know what else they will be showcasing, maybe some support for Fallout 76, but they did also put out a cheeky little tweet saying, hey, maybe you should go and refresh Walmart Canada's page. Now, this was a bit lost on me, but after looking into it, it was actually revealed that Walmart Canada were the people that leaked that Rage 2 was coming out because of a box art that appeared on there. So they just said, refresh that. So maybe that's suggesting that Rage 2 will get some sort of showcase there. Now, it will have released by that point, but that doesn't mean that they won't be using it to push post-launch content. So you might see a bit of Rage 2 coverage from that.
That would be fun. I mean, like you said before, I genuinely thought Bethesda were going to take this E3 off because I thought after the sort of disaster that was Fallout 76 and, you know, they didn't really have much to show from the Elder Scrolls 6's way off you can imagine Starfield is, I thought they might just like let the dust sort of settle. But it's I hope they come out and kind of like own up to sort of like the little fumbles that they've had along the way and be like, look, we've got great games, we've got Doom Eternal, we've got Rage 2, which is already out and I hope you're all enjoying, and we can like push forward from there. They've got a lot of sort of respect to win back from the fans, but let's not forget, like, Bethesda as a publisher, not so much as like just a developer, but as a publisher, still release great games. Some of the best games of the generation, in my opinion, have been from them, like Prey, Prey's really
Oh,
good.
will you
Play
stop?
Prey.
Will you stop?
I will never stop banging the drum for Prey.
Get on with the next bit of news.
Right, fine. The next bit could be outdated hours after this goes up, so we'll briefly go through it. It's that Google today are announcing their games console.
Yes.
And we've had a bit of a reveal from Kotaku who have asked their sources. Jason Schreier did a piece of what he thinks it's going to shape up as. And apparently it is very streaming focused and is an attempt to sort of bring a high-end gaming experience to sort of like low-end machines via gaming.
Effectively, they want to create the Netflix of video gaming, which I'm absolutely fine by. However, I did have a quick look at the same piece I think that you were looking at. There was a bit of a confusing thing where it said, if you're watching a streamer, then you might be able to download their save and the game and play exactly from where they picked off. Like that to me sounds like a very needless point to add in, because I understand, like, say you're playing Dark Souls and you watched a streamer and they got past a boss that you couldn't get past, and you then would download Dark Souls and play from there using their character. That's really confusing to me, and it kind of takes away the ownership of gaming to me. So I'm not entirely sure I am sold on that idea. It's a cool idea, but I can't see how it would be utilised.
Like you said, it's a really strange idea. The only thing I can think of really is that you would imagine publishers are sort of a bit worried that a lot of people like use Twitch, and that's a great platform to get your game out there. But there are so many people that I know personally who just watch games be played by other people, whether it's on YouTube or on Twitch. So maybe this will incentivize people to sort of be watching someone and then think, oh, you know what, I'm going to give this a go. And I can play it anywhere for a lower price because I'm streaming it, and I'll just jump in, I'll just try it out. Like maybe that's a good way to sort of remedy that. I don't know how good the Twitch focus is going to be, because there's another like little tidbit that apparently if you're watching someone play a multiplayer game, you can sort of just click a button, and if they allow it, jump into their game with them.
Right.
Which
it sounds mental, because I mean, say you're like a top tier Twitch streamer who's got, I don't know, like 1,000 people, 2,000 people watching you at any one time. If you had that and you caused a massive server crash because of all the people trying to join your game, or you just wanted to be like, no, just leave me alone. It's a balancing act between the tech dream, because that sounds amazing. That sounds like some cyberpunk stuff right there. But the reality is, are you actually going to be able to press a button and jump in straight away? I don't think technology's there now.
Well, this is the thing. Like, obviously, a streaming platform is great in theory, but do we have the infrastructure to actually back it up?
Is it going to be a one-to-one? Is it going to be able to do that? Like, the UK is all right with internet, but still, even I would question like how we'd be able to connect.
If it was anyone else, I would say no. Like, we've seen it happen with sort of like PlayStation now. That didn't really work very well, but Google are just like these behemoths, these sort of like this massive, limitless resources, sort of like cooperation. And I think if anyone could do it, they say they've got like the data banks around the world. I don't even know what that means. I'm just
that's what they
said. They've got the data banks to make it happen. So I guess we'll see if it actually works. They've apparently been talking to publishers and developers to get some support, and we'll know more at 5 p.m. UK time today.
So we'll bring you an update either via podcast on that, or we'll do a news piece on it as it breaks later. Maybe both.
Let's see how juicy it is.
Let's milk that content cow, you know what I'm saying? And then we've got one final bit, which is a mystery PS4 game.
Yes, very quick one. Colin Moriarty, formerly of IGN and Kind of Funny now, host of the podcast Sacred Symbols, not Sacred Symbols, has said that there's apparently a substantial second-party PlayStation 4 exclusive in development that we don't know what it is, but my guess is either Bloodborne 2 or Dark Souls Remastered by Bluepoint.
Ooh,
that's just a little. That's all I've got. I just thought we'd end on that. You know, what do you guys think?
I mean, I would definitely be up for a Bloodborne 2.
Who wouldn't you? Scott Tilford wouldn't, because he for some reason doesn't like Bloodborne as much as Dark Souls.
He's got weird takes, though. He's got a weird face and weird takes. Anyway, so that has been the news. Let us know what you thought about it down in the comments section below, whether or not you're interested in the Modern Warfare 4 shenanigans, or the Google new machine that's coming out at 5 p.m. today, or at least the release date is. As always, I've been Jules. You can follow me at RetroJ with a 0 over on Twitter.
I've been Josh. You can follow me at Josh Broom with 2 O's at twitter.com.
And until then, we will speak to you soon. Remember, you have been awesome.
Yeah, you are.
Catch you later. Bye. Lovely stuff.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.